Wake up in my shirt now, even holding hands, walking out of church now. Who'd have thought, baby, looking back, that could be my last. Hi, how are you? I hope you're all doing well today. We're going to do the next round of the show. I am trying to actually do the show a little more often now as things have gotten rolling. I've picked up a few subscribers. I'm not out promoting it all the time like I did my blog years ago, so I don't really have time. I actually work in a different field now, and I don't go out to the same events I went 2 years ago to promote things. But anyways, we're going to continue along with the same threads from previous episodes of the show. I think this week I need to circle back to Luther College, my time there. One of the major problems with the school was they had a prostitution ring that was actually set up by a woman who worked for the Russian government. Now, weirdly enough, one day, literally my freshman year, the woman actually stopped the class to tell me that I wasn't allowed to get married and that I was supposed to go work as a prostitute. She actually thought she had the right to order me to just do that for my life. And the scary part was that I was stuck with a Russian couple that kept trying to pose with my parents for a really long time until like the age of 39. Couldn't get them away from me. And it took me that long to get a protective order and get away from them. And because of all the dumbness of the school, because there were several women at the school who were actually later found to be just really nasty people that had no problem trafficking women. And there was also a couple of other professors involved, but it was actually one of those really weird situations that caused the U.S. government to wake up the fact that there's actually a number of women who are working for the Russian government here in the U.S. They're assets. Sometimes they're from other countries like Peru. Mexico oftentimes lines up with China, but when you talk about these issues of trafficking, but the reality is you do have an issue with people just being, oftentimes having worked for the Russian government and being interested in trafficking. Now, for me, where some of it came up and got more confusing was that the reason that professor had said it to me is because I was actually engaged to and supposed to get married to a man that had gone to the school, and I didn't even know about it because of the couple that had been running my life. They'd been playing games with him and demanding money, and the whole thing was just really scary and confusing. And I ended up, going to a meeting with him and thought I was going to be talking about a possible job. And instead, it turned out that he was just really confusing to me because I'd been hit recently by another one at the school because there was a couple in my sorority who were really nasty and both said that they didn't want either one at the school to have anything. And it was all about them having money and stole money from the school and other students and actually hit me. So I actually went to the meeting with a head injury. I don't think I ever came off very well. And I don't think I even really handled the situation with him as well as I would have had I not been injured. But that's what was going on. And it was going on for a lot of other students too. So we had this really weird argument. And then he actually tried to catch up with me in the DC area and talk to me a few times. And we really tried to work things out. And finally, I just got to a point where I said, I just want to go off and spend some time doing yoga and we'll talk, another time. But it has to be like a long time from now because I need to be away from you and everyone else because I have all these people pulling on me. And my time in DC was extremely difficult because I constantly had people asking me for money and trying to extort from me. And some of them even did it on his, like saying that they were going to kill him or kill me. I went through a really nasty attack in 2019. I survived because I went to the Defense Intelligence Agency for help. And I was actually asked, unfortunately, at one point, pressured in my early 30s to write up a PR plan that went to U.S. Intel. And then also, but the Russian government wanted to see who he would marry next. And so I was able to name the two people he would marry that were part of this Russian cult group that had actually been involved in the school and also interfered with us being married. And I realize now, and I feel like I have to say, it's really obvious that he actually wanted to marry me. And he was actually denied his right to marry me. And that's really hard to see happen to anyone. As an adult and a third-year-old woman, the reason I wanted to go off and have my own experiences in the GOP and do everything else that I did, I'm almost gonna cry. It was because I just wanted my own life, and there were all these people just pulling at me. And it's just kind of a hard thing to even talk about, but I feel like it has to be shared. This thing with trafficking, I couldn't go to medical school. I couldn't go to nursing school because of it. And, when people make fun of the woke movement, they're making fun of these really nasty women that pretend to care about other women. But they set men up and they accuse them of being pedophiles and hurt people and they ruin their lives. They steal people's money. And there's a huge network of them in the U.S. that actually work for the Russian government. And, I'm putting this out there because I've gotten some feedback that he's not really happy with the two marriages, and there's anything I can do for the guy. I legitimately care about people. And I work in a caring profession because of that. And I mean, the Russian government had actually tried to come to me before I left D.C. and demanded that I find another woman for him to marry. That was part of their dumb call. And I just said, no, don't have to. You go ahead and you go to the DIA and complain all you want, but this extortion stuff is going to have to stop a long time ago. Believe me, the Department of Labor is completely fed up with it, as everybody else is. And there's an extenuating issue, I think, too, that, I actually have, like, a marriage license somewhere in Iowa that someone stupid is sitting on. Well, I'm going to be really blunt. If you're sitting on a marriage license or any documents related to any of this, you are in for a very rude awakening and not a very happy ending, because this case is federal and it's gone through several agencies. And, I'm someone who served as a witness to the U.S. government on how to handle the Russian state because of the way they've affected Americans' lives in general. And believe me, the U.S. government is organized these days on these issues. I joke around, I say D.C. is all like, yeah, well, the U.S. government is not entirely centered around D.C. It's spread out all over the country. And the U.S. government functions on multiple levels, and I'm just tired of all of it and the pain and drama that it's caused other people, frankly. Still affecting my life today. And in the end, I think, for me, the big thing, I would say for anyone who's ever been through situations like this is, you can't save everyone else, and you really have to save yourself. And when you do that, when I got really strong and really tough and stopped letting people extort from me was when everything changed. And I had to gather around a lot of friends and people. I had to get a lot of friends that were attorneys. I had to, people work pro bono on these issues. And, the police in Arlington were not helpful at all. A bunch of them had to be fired eventually. But that's when things really changed. And I actually ended up elevating the issue up to a number of medical doctors and psychiatrists and people who served in international boards. That's how I actually got some action and got some problems solved. And even referred them, to this man that we didn't get married, referred them to his issues. So I think this guy might have had some problems. I think he was definitely under the influence of the cult out of that school. And I think he might have had some health problems as a result and problems with his own ability to think and function. Because our conversations really didn't make a lot of sense sometimes. And I know he was under a lot of threats from people. And a lot of them are part of the Russian mafia or working with the Russian government. And, the world goes on. It was never about me going to live in Hollywood or working in some place like that. It was about me having my life and the fact that I didn't get to be a doctor or go to nursing school because of all this. So I think that's the main point. And that's one thing I think most women need to remember. Because, who's the one that did all the free work and didn't get paid? Me. Who's the one that didn't get to go to medical school and has had trouble trying to attend a nursing school because of me? And who's, made a bunch of money off of this? Well, a bunch of other people who are more than happy to work for the government of Russia, and other people pretending to care and pretending that they're in like this woke movement that just exploits everyone. And everyone else is pretty much tired of it. So that's all I'm going to say for this week's show. I'm sorry if it was a little emotional, but I'm actually kind of in this point where I think maybe that needed to be done for people to understand what's actually going on. And I'm not really doing the thought project so other people can feel either entitled or disvalued or any of it. It's actually just to share my life experiences what I've learned, because I have some hard-earned life experience. And I think I have a right to share it. So, and to put it out there. And, I pray for the people of Ukraine every day. And I hope they're successful, and I believe they're going to be. And I believe that Putin is going to lose. And I live in a town where they used to put up F Putin signs when the fighting first started breaking out in 2022. So anyways, that's what's important to me. So today I'm going to sing the song Chandelier by Sia. Party girls don't get hurt, can't feel anything. When will I learn? I push it down, I push it down. I'm the one for a good time call, phone's blowing up, ringing my doorbell. I feel the love, I feel the love. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. Throw 'em back till I lose count. I'm gonna swing around the chandelier, from the chandelier. I'm gonna live like tomorrow doesn't exist, like it doesn't exist. I'm gonna fly like a bird through the night, feel my tears as they dry. I'm gonna swing from the chandelier, from the chandelier. Let's see. But I'm holding on for dear life. Won't look down, won't open my eyes. Keep my glass full until morning light, 'cause I'm just holding on for tonight. Help me, I'm holding on for dear life. Won't look down, won't open my eyes. Keep my glass full until morning light, 'cause I'm just holding on for tonight, on for tonight. Sun is up, I'm a mess, gotta get out now, gotta run from this, here comes the shame, here comes the shame. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. Throw 'em back till I lose count. I'm gonna swing from the chandelier, from the chandelier. But I'm holding on for dear life. Won't look down, won't open my eyes, 'cause I'm just holding on for tonight, on for tonight, on for tonight. 'Cause I'm just holding on for tonight. Oh, I'm just holding on for tonight, on for tonight, on for tonight. 'Cause I'm just holding on for tonight, 'cause I'm just holding on for dear life. Oh, I'm just holding on for tonight, on for tonight, on for tonight. Okay, so that'll probably be the most emotional I ever get about this whole thing, but it just went on and on and on, and it's still affecting my life today, and things are better, but that's about as real as I'm going to get. Because I did a whole bunch of work, and I never got paid for it, and it was all this dumb Russian extortion stuff, and these weird idiots that want to prostitute people in the U.S. and steal labor and work, and just, the threats go on, and it's just stupid. It's stupid. It's a stupid way to live, and it's a stupid way to treat people, and it's stupid that anyone ever thought they were going to get away with it. And it's real. I'm going to talk about something that's real. Let's talk about that. So, I gotta go. Bye-bye. See you next time.